What's up, guys? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please smash that like button on the video and enjoy the show.
If we can't shut down the ironwood tree market, we can't stop people from going out into the Amazon and cutting down massive. If you look at an ironwood tree, if somebody said, cut it down, it's not easy. And by the time
Do we have a video of someone trying to do it?
if you try it, I don't know.
Let's go to YouTube and try someone
If you
cutting
look
down ironwood tree in Amazon.
or just cutting down giant tree in the Amazon. I don't know. I bet you there's not a video of it. Killing the how forest is faring under deforestation. ABC News' Matt Gutman.
Yeah,
I was on that one.
He's
I'm in
the
that
homie.
video.
He's a good guy. Thanks for hooking it up with him.
Yeah.
We'll get
Wait,
him on at some
I
point.
was going to say, did he come on?
No, we had a conversation about 5 days before the Israel war broke out, and then he got sent there. So I was talking to him right when he was like trying to get there. They had shut down the airport, Ben Gurion, in Israel for a while. He was at one point until they opened it back up a few days later. That first weekend, ABC sent him there right away. He was stuck in JFK. Then they sent him to Miami, then back to JFK. When he was talking with me, he was like the last plane or one of the last. I think he was the very last plane that landed, and then they opened it back up like 3 or 4 days later, I think.
I forgot about that because see what happens. I go into the jungle and then it's like the wormhole. I forgot that. I put you guys in touch.
Yeah.
And then he's insane.
He's amazing, dude. Yeah.
And you know what sucks for him is that he just came out with a new book. He like published his book and everything is like promote. You know, when you publish a book, you got to be on it. You're trying to make New York Times bestseller list. You're trying to promote your book, and they're like, goodbye. So like his first month book out, he was on a huge assignment, and also like, it's again, I'm not even going to start with being involved in a war, but to voluntarily leave the safety of your home, to go witness it, to tell that story.
He's amazing.
Takes a certain type of person.
Yes. I mean, that dude covered the second Intifada and all those years in the early 2000s. He's obviously, you came across him because he goes into some of these wild danger zones. And, that was like the ultimate compliment too. When you were talking about it, I'm like, hey, this guy's actually good. Because you've come across so many people who are like, hey, happy to be here. Yeah, but he's like legit hands in the dirt with it.
I've worked with so many, everything from Discovery Channel to just every type of interviewer, podcast, news outlet, everything over the years. And first of all, most of them can't handle it. Him and his team, he came with like 3 of his close friends. Like if they were in the room right now, we could chill with them. Like they came out and they were like, what are we doing? They're like, we want to go see burning forest. Let's go see burning forest. We'd like just go out. We would look for smoke on the horizon and then just start gunning it for that. We'd just try and find a road that got us to the burning forest. No fear, just film, whatever else. And the thing I really loved about them was I said, I caught a snake, checked what species it was, and I was going to put it back on the tree. And I was like, oh, guys, I could just put it on this, thing so you can get a shot of it. And Matt looked at me dead straight in the eyes and he goes, would you put it on that tree if we weren't here? And I went, no, I want you to get a shot of it. And he goes, no. He goes, we're here to film what you do. If you're not, and it was something as minorly cosmetic as I'll just put it here so you get the shot. And he was like, no, do not change what's happening.
Love that.
Do not alter reality. And that commitment to that type of realness is just, that's cool.
And his book, I have to read it. I bought it. But his book apparently is all about, from being in all these different zones, some of the horrible post-traumatic stress he has from it. And yet he is able to center himself to continually still do it and go capture this.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really interesting knowing him and being friends with him because we're like children together. Like we're absolute goofballs. Like if you look at we'd be like out there and we were out with like Russian gold miners with, machine guns out in the desert where the Amazon rainforest used to be, seeing this horrendous shit that does stay with you and enter into your dreams and give you PTSD, all that stuff. And then we'd be like, he'd like look at me and we'd be, he'd be like, we'd be like waiting for a car and he'd be like, bet you I could do more push-ups than you.
Jersey guy.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Jersey guy. Don't forget that. He's a Jersey guy.
Oh, yeah.
But what were we pulling up here? An ironwood tree video? Did we find
if there's a video of anybody actually, I'm telling you, there's not going to be a video of them cutting down a giant.
Why I illegally cut down trees in the Amazon. Yeah, click that one. with a Brazilian tree guy. Or Brazilian logger. God damn. Look at all. That's all trees they took out there.
Yeah. So this is what we see. This is every day.
And as you said, that's why I love what you. Yeah, there's the top, like you're talking about. It's
No,
like broccoli.
that's what you were gonna say though. That guy seems kind of reasonable though, right?
What's that guy shooting?
I think he just shot a bulldozer.
But what I like about you guys is that you understand that a lot of these people, they don't necessarily, like the people who get hired to do it, they don't necessarily mean harm. They're trying to make a living, and so you treat them like a human, and you've turned a bunch of them into working with you guys.
Yeah,
and that's what Fun Jungle Keeper does.
I look at this guy, and you see, just look at his hand gestures. Look at his thing. He's a hardworking guy. It's not easy. Look at him. He's like, I just want to. I'm just trying to defend our point.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't look at this and go, "Wow, this guy's evil."
No, he's got kids. Like he's just trying to. He's just trying to put food on the table. And if you went to him and said, "Look, we'll double what we're paying you, and you don't have to cut down trees, but make sure this forest is protected," that guy,
he'll protect it.
And I guarantee you, he doesn't live out there because he hates the nature. Most of these loggers, you go, "Yo, stop logging." They go, "Stop logging." I go, "Well, what do you want to do tomorrow?" They go, "Let's go fishing." And then when you go fishing with loggers, that's what they do when they're not logging. And so you like go fishing with them. And it's like going on this amazing hunting trip with like some new friends. And it's like they love the jungle. They love tracking animals. They love looking for fish. They love finding big trees. They love watching me climb trees. They don't climb the trees, but they think it's funny when Gringo Loco catches a snake or climbs a tree. They're always like, "Oh, Gringo Loco, look, serpiente, go get it." And I go jump on a snake. And they think it's really funny.
I love how they call you Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco.
It's kind of on brand for you.
That happened because I brought this one guy in a swamp. We were trying to release an anaconda, and this anaconda had been caught in town. It had been going after some of these chickens.
This wasn't Larry's anaconda, right?
You remember that story? Yeah. No, this anaconda had been going after some people's chickens, and we got in touch with them. And actually, even better, they got in touch with us. They reached out. And so we had this anaconda. We took it out into the jungle. We're going to release it in the swamp. And so I had clients with me. People would just come to see the jungle, see what we do at Jungle Keepers. And I also had this Peruvian guide. This guy, not JJ. JJ was like, "Paul, you take him out, do your thing." JJ was like, "I'm going to relax. I'm going to put my feet up tonight." I said, "All right." He goes, "Take this guy Anderson out with you." And I said, "Okay, And so he comes out with us. Fast forward to, we're all up to our necks in a swamp at night. And I'm getting this anaconda, feeding this anaconda out of a bag. And we get attacked by wasps in the dark.
Oh, that's nice.
So a wasp lands on my head, stings me. And I'm like, "Don't freak out." I'm like, "Everybody shut your lights." They're attracted to the lights. So we shut our lights, but now we're all up to our necks in the swamp at night, in the dark, pitch black, where there are literally tarantulas walking across the surface of the water with an anaconda. And this dude, who's been a guide like his entire life, he starts climbing a tree in the dark. And I could just hear him, and he's going, "Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that." He's going, "Fuck that." He was out. And so when we got back to the station, JJ was like, like in his like PJs chilling at the station. He was like, "So how'd it go, guys?" We're all wet. We're covered in shit. We're covered in bites. And this dude Anderson just looked at JJ and he was like, "Es hermoso, pero es peligroso. Eso no es para mí." He was like, "That's not for me." And he was like, "Ese es Gringo Loco." He was like, "I am not going out in the jungle with that guy again." He's used to walking on a trail with his binoculars, with a med kit and a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Like he's a different type of but then after he said Gringo Loco, now they all think it's fucking
You're
funny.
Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please hit that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.